2 books out there where all the funds from the book sales, majority of the funds go towards feeding the homeless through PB&J for Tampa Bay. We just want district managers to simply just have their reps raise donations from customers, take those donations, put an event in the calendar once a month. They come together, they make the sandwiches, find a local shelter or park, St. Vincent de Paul, wherever. They drop off those sandwiches and pass them out and just give a smile and say, you know what, there are people that still care about you. It's not just Vector family. We fed 450 people last Sunday. I wasn't even there. It was one Cutco rep and 11 other community members that saw us on Facebook that wanted to make a difference in the community, and we fed 450 people. We're trying to take it to PB&J for USA and get 100 locations across the United States to do 500 meals a month, once a month feeding frenzy in 100 locations, so that's 600,000 people that we can feed a year. Last year we did 8,500 meals. This year we're already at 17,000. We'll probably finish the year at 25,000 or close to it. I think by 2018 we could have 100 locations doing over 600,000 meals per year with the support from Vector leaders, Vector management, and Vector staffing and support and spreading the word. I think we can make that happen.
Awesome. So that's Mr. Mike Abramowitz, University of South Florida grad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Mr. Mike Abramowitz. The floor is yours. I'll spotlight you. It's all you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that, Mason. And just so you all know, Mason, it's really funny to hear, Mason run this introduction section is because a couple of years ago when he was a newer assistant manager in my office for summertime, he was driving to my office. It was in Largo, and he was driving from Lutz to my office. And there's so many times where he'd be like, do I really need to, drive over there? Is that something that we need to do or whatever, and it was really fun just to see him allow me to push him, especially during like this SC2. If you didn't write that down, you should check that out right there, babe. SC2. I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment, but he really gave me permission to push him and challenge him and give him a chance to grow into a better version of him. And in the process of doing that, we now have a senior branch manager, nationally ranked Mason Linker, doing a great job running the St. Pete organization. So I appreciate the young version of Mason giving me a chance to push and challenge you during the month of July a couple of years ago. Because if it wasn't for that, then, we wouldn't be where we are right now. So thank you, Mason, for those kind words in the introduction. I did want to echo a couple things that Mason talked about, and then I want to share a couple of my keys to success for you. The first thing I want to share with you, and by the way, as you're hearing some things, as we're in training and you hear some things, I would encourage you to post your light bulbs into your WhatsApp groups. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unlock ours right now. So actually, before we go to these slides, let me unlock our WhatsApp group. And we'll give you a chance to post some light bulbs in there. So I'll show you what that looks like. So this is our, July group, right? So right here. So this group right here, I'm going to unlock it right now. And in this group settings, so send messages, everyone can, so this group is not for questions, okay? This group is not for questions. This group is for light bulbs. A light bulb is, something that's positive, something that you're like, man, that was really good. Or I'm glad that, I'm glad that they just talked about that. That was really helpful for me. That's kind of what a light bulb is, something along those lines. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. And you all have your own WhatsApp groups. I'm going to post right in 3, 2, let's see here. Let me pull that up. I'm going to post what an example of a light bulb is. And that way but a light bulb is really anytime you hear something that clicks for you, you're like, wow, that was really helpful. I really like that. It gets the conversation going because I'm about to share some keys to success with you. And I'd love for you to write those down. I'd love for you to jot those down in your notes, but I'd also like for you to share what your light bulbs are in your group chat as well. Anything that's like, wow, work harder equals more success. So as I'm about to give you some of my keys to success, I'd love for you to share some of the light bulbs that click for you that you're like, wow, okay, I needed to hear that today. I needed to hear that. That was really helpful to hear on my success journey. So this, just so you know, the standings, this is what's up to date before tomorrow. The new standings come out. We are currently number one, the Tampa organization, in our district team by about $200,000 in one category, about $170,000 in another category, and like $140,000 in another category. So, and then the St. Pete team, nationally ranked right now, top 12 in the country. The SC2 push is a region competition. This is regionals. This is the largest competition of the year. And we're nationals right now, we're ranked, but every organization is competing head to head for regionals right now. And these are the records that we're looking to break. We're looking to break these records right here. They've been standing, this one since 2009. That is the Ocala, Spring Hill, Tampa, and St. Pete team since 2009. It was set at over $500,000. So we went through our team and we put projections on every single person. And those projections came out to be $1.1 million, doubling our district team record. This division set the record with 19 offices to do 1.2 million. We have 4 offices and our projections are 1.1 million, and that's before you. So we're really excited to have you part of our team. We actually split our top people into 9 different teams. You might even see some of your friends on here, but we took our best people and they created their own team names, their team logos, their team culture. It's pretty awesome. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in training, but I just wanted to give you a couple of keys to success like Mason talked about. My first key to success, if you want to make the most out of working here, out of your opportunity, is have a positive attitude. When I say a positive attitude, what I really mean by that is positive expectations. Positive expectations. This is really critical because when you have I'm a firm believer that in life things happen twice. They happen once in your head and they happen once outside. So once in your internal world, once in your external world. And I'm a firm believer that our thoughts become things. So if we have a good attitude and we have good expectations, it's going to help us have better results. For example, if you have an attitude, if you're a baseball player and you expect to get hit by the pitch, you're going to play a little differently. If you're a quarterback and you expect to get sacked, you're going to play a little differently. If you're a musician, you expect the audience to boo you off stage, you're going to perform a little differently. If you're in a relationship and you expect your significant other to cheat on you, you're going to perform in that relationship a little bit differently. So your expectations create your reality. So I would encourage you to have positive expectations. I know none of you have sold Cutco before, but we've had over 2 million people sell Cutco since the company was inaugurated in 1981. I mean, we've had so much success. We're doing about $1 million a day in sales right now. $1 million a day in sales. So having a good attitude is really important. And what I mean by positive expectations, our best representatives, just like the best athletes, they don't play not to lose, they play to win. They play to win. And I'll tell you, I have representatives when they leave training, they might be nervous during training, and you might be nervous during training too right now. That's totally cool. But by the time they're done with training, they are so confident and they're so excited to help people own Cutco, not because of their goals and not because of the paychecks and the money, just because they know that the customer is going to own the best product in the world. So their expectation is, if this is the best consumer product on planet Earth, then I want to do my job at helping people own it. Because they can't go to the mall to get this product. They can't go to, Williams-Sonoma to get this product. They can only get it from me. And they take pride and they have a positive attitude and a positive expectation and say, you know what? There's going to be something in our 100+ item catalog that customer deserves to have. And that's their goal. Now, they don't sell every single appointment because of that, but they sell a heck of a lot more because they have that attitude. And what's interesting enough, we have some representatives. Connor Flaherty from Jesuit High School, Jesuit grad. He had 41 sales in his first 43 appointments with that attitude. Graham McDermott, Plan High School football player, he had 56 sales on his first 58 appointments because of that attitude. Tristan Upton, Southeastern University, he had 123 sales in a row. His whole summer, he'd had nobody not buy Cutco from him because he had that attitude. So that expectation of, I'm going to help people own Cutco, not because of my paychecks, not because of my goals. It's not to just go out there and sell a bunch of knives to mom and all of her friends. That just happens as a byproduct because our representatives want to do a really good job at showing them how they could buy a product once, they could use it every day. These customers never have to replace it, and they have it for the rest of their life, and it could save them money. So that's why they love showing Cutco. And we have 3 main sets that our representatives really help customers own. And these 3 main sets are the small, medium, and large sets. These are the basic standard sets that we have. So we have a large set for people who love to cook, a medium set for people who have to cook, and a smaller set for people who really don't cook at all. And when our representatives are brand new, they show all 3 sets, and we figure out which set is the best option for that customer. Of course, everything is sold individually. Of course, they could buy custom sets. They could do whatever they'd like, but these are the best values for the average family in our target market that we show Cutco to. So the expectations that we go into is helping families own a great product that they never have to buy ever again. And what's interesting, training class, if you thought Cutco was a terrible product, you wouldn't have shown up to training today. And the reason why, because our super shears, like if you thought the super shears were terrible, right? If you thought the super shears were terrible, like how they cut up a penny, right? I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but I mean, these scissors are incredible. Look at this. Every single family needs this. Every family deserves this. Are you kidding me? They deserve to have a product that is guaranteed forever. You know, my background, I'll have to take my background off. It's kind of messing things up a little bit. But they deserve to have a product line that they could use every single day. It's guaranteed forever. They never have to buy it ever again. It cuts pennies, for crying out loud, right? Our product line's incredible. So if you thought Cutco was terrible, you wouldn't have showed up for training. We want to help families own such a great product line. In fact, hit me up in the chat box real quick. Hit me up in the chat box. Who in this training seminar knows someone who owns Cutco? Who has a family member or you know someone who owns Cutco? Hit me up in the chat box. So it looks like Melanie and Bailey. We got Melanie from Tampa, Bailey from Spring Hill, Lourdes from Tampa, Patrick from Tampa, Megan from Tampa. We got a bunch of you. I don't want to mess up this name. Geneva. Maybe it's Geneva. Geneva, let me unmute you. I want to hear from you. You said we own Cutco. So tell me about that. Geneva, go ahead and unmute yourself, if I'm saying that correctly, from Tampa.
Hi.
Hi, pronounce your name for me.
Huh?
Pronounce your name for me?
Yeneva.
Yeneva. I was kind of close, but not really. Yeneva. My apologies. Yeneva. When you say we have Cutco, who's we?
My family, we have like boxes in the garage.
You have tons of Cutco. Why do you have boxes of Cutco in the garage? Why are they not in the kitchen?
Both of my brothers sold from them before, so we have like our set we keep in the kitchen, and then if like we decide like we're kind of like over that, we'll like go into the box and like kind of like restock.
Are your parents home? Are either of your parents home right now?
My mom's home.
Can you grab mom and see if she would give a testimonial real quick about her Cutco?
I could go ask, yeah.
Yeneva, I'll send you $5 on Venmo or Cash App if you could grab mom within the next 60 seconds.
All right, I'll try.
All right. There's no try. There's do or do not. Let's see what you got. I'm just kidding, but kind of. Let's see. Let's see. So we have my mom just bought Cutco last week. So Jay, go ahead and unmute yourself. Tell me, Jay Rosado.
Yeah, Krista Bray sold us some. We still haven't gotten it yet, but we're excited to.
Krista's great. She just sat in this training seminar last week. She was in this training seminar. So very cool. That was nice of her to recommend you for the job. That's cool. Was that a pleasant surprise that she recommended you for the job?
I mean, yeah, I talked to her a lot, so like she kind of told me like through the training, like she pretty much walked me through her training while she was in it and like all of her worries and stuff. It was pretty fun.
Did she show you her paycheck of how much she made last week?
Yeah, she told me. I was like, holy crap.
What was it? What did she tell you?
She told me it was like 1,200 something.
Yeah, and that was just for the weekend.
Yeah, it was
Right? Or I stand corrected, Audrey. That was 2 weeks ago, right? So that was for her first full week.
Yeah, that was her first weekend. She made a little, like, close to $1,000. This week it was close to $3,000.
So it was almost a $3,000 paycheck she made this week.
Yes, sir.
I'll show you tomorrow. The paycheck will come out. So maybe I'll give you a little juice, a little motivation. But anyway, Yeneva, you with me?
Yeah, I got my mom.
Yes. All right, let me spotlight you.
Oh, goodness.
Mom, my name is Mike. What's your name?
My name is Susan. Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, Susan. Thank you so much for coming out and just chatting with me real fast. So Yeneva told me that you have a lot of Cutco. Is that right?
Yes.
Why do you have so much Cutco?
Okay. The first set I got was from my church member's son. He did it as his part-time job, and then I had to buy a couple of them. And then the second time was my son. He did Cutco, and then he came home, so I had to buy the whole set. It's like a big box. There are so many stuff in it I've not even used. I think it's over 45 pieces that was in that set. Yeah. So I got that set. So
now I have to ask you. Do you have a set that you do use in your kitchen?
yes.
Okay. Tell me about your experience using the knives. Do you like them? Are you using them still or what?
Oh my goodness, I'm using them still. They are very, very good. Very, very good. Yeah.
So how long ago was your first buy? Like how long ago did you buy your first set?
My first set was 2008. So that's like about almost 12 years.
So 12 years and you still use those same knives?
Yes.
Have you had to use the guarantee, like send them back or get them sharpened or replaced?
Unfortunately, no. I was supposed to. There was a time I had another student that came here to just do demonstration because I told him I've got a lot, and he even reminded me about that, but I've not been able to. So maybe this time I might have to.
Good. Well, make sure that Yeneva has all the information on that. It's because you paid for the guarantee when you bought them because they're not cheap.
Right.
They're obviously It's an investment. Would you recommend Cutco to people? Like, have you recommended Cutco to people in the past?
I think it's an excellent tool to have at home. More if you're somebody that, cooks and, uses knife a lot. It's really good, honestly.
Very great. I have to add, I love your accent. I just keep asking you questions because I just want to hear you keep talking because I love it. Where's your accent from?
I'm an African.
African. Very nice.
Yes.
My college
I'm
roommate,
right from the motherland.
from the motherland. My college roommate was from Kenya, and it made me have a dream of going to an African safari in Kenya at some point in my life.
Okay, I'm from the other side. I'm from Sierra Leone. So if you go there, you see a lot of diamonds and gold and the rest of it.
Ah, very nice. Is it beautiful over there, I'm sure?
Very beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful city. It's like
Very cool.
a little island on its own. Very nice.
Very, very nice. Well, thank you so much for giving a testimonial to there. Just so you know, there's 60 people that you're speaking to right now, and
God.
some of them have never heard of Cutco before. So by you saying that you've bought it, you've had it for 12 years, you use it, you love it, it really gave a lot of people confidence today. So I just want to say thank you so much for hopping on the screen.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Well, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Okay, you too. God bless and all the best with your business.
Oh, you too. Thank you. So that was fun. Thanks, Yeneva. Hit me up in the chat box. Send me your Venmo or Cash App. That was worth all of $5.
Oh wait, actually?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So now during training, we'll do that. If you have someone that owns Cutco, hey, bring them on camera. Bring them on the screen. Just because some of you, like me, maybe never heard of Cutco before. Thumbs up if you've never heard of Cutco before. Thumbs up if you never heard of Cutco. A couple of you, Cassandra never heard of Cutco, Victoria, Bryson, Caitlin, right? A couple of you never heard of Cutco. Nelson, Akash, Anna, McKenna, Elizabeth, Ariana, Chris. Cool. So there's a few of you who never heard of Cutco. So I want to bring people onto the camera from your peer group who own like their parents own Cutco. So that way they can offer a testimonial. Are you guys cool with that? Do you like that? So that way you hear more people sharing their testimonial about how much they love Cutco and how much, how long they had it for. So just so you know, if we have, it looks like Melanie from Tampa, or Bailey, or Lourdes, or Patrick, or Megan, or Kaylee, or Emily, Christopher. I know a few of you said that your family owns Cutco. Jessica, your uncle. So at any point in time in training, hit me up in the chat box if they're near you, where they could hop on the screen and give a testimony. I'll bring you on camera, and I'll bring them on camera, and I'll send you $5 just because we appreciate you for getting us some confidence to the training class. So, all right. Excellent. So Bailey from Springer says, I'll get my sister right now. Nice, Bailey. If you want, Bailey, unmute yourself. Is your sister like someone in our target market? Is she like a, 30 to 40-year-old like mom, or what?
She's actually a 21-year-old mom. She just had her baby last summer, and ever since then we stay in a lot because of Corona. I still work. I work at a country club, but
Got it.
I have to.
So your sister has them at home?
Yes, we live in the same place.
Got it. Cool, yeah. Cool. That's cool. Well, obviously not our target market, but I'm glad that she has Cutco and loves it. Did your mom get it for her? Did she buy it on her own, or?
My mom's actually a dietary aide at a nursing home, so she cooks a lot, and so does all of my mom's friends because they work in the kitchen at like hospitals and stuff like that.
Got it. So your mom bought the set and your sister uses it?
Mm-hmm. We all cook all the time, so.
Very cool. Very cool. I'd like to hear from mom, because mom is the one who bought it. Your sister loves it and uses it, but I want to hear from the person who bought the set, because they're the ones that had to make the investment, because it's obviously not cheap stuff. It's quite expensive. But I want to hear from them on what their reason was for buying. So if that's a possibility, that'd be great. If not, no sweat. But thanks for chiming in, Bailey. I appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead and pivot for just a moment. So I asked a couple of our top sales representatives to see if they wanted to offer a tip to the training seminar. And I know a few of them are in between appointments. They have lots of things going on. But I just wanted to give them a chance to, just offer a tip or two. I see Michaela on the screen right here. Michaela is doing an awesome job. She is a dancer. She's danced for over a decade of her life. She was going to FIU, is now transferred to UCF, studying in the criminal justice arena, more like CSI type of stuff, criminal investigation. And she was working part-time, or she was really working full-time around being a sorority, around her school. She's like, let me go ahead and sell Cutco this summer and see what happens. Now she's over 10,000 in sales. She's making 30% commission. And she sat in your training seminar just a couple short weeks ago. Michaela, tell me, what have you enjoyed most about working with Cutco so far, and how does it compare to your last job?
So compared to my last job, this is an ideal job. I absolutely love it. And one of my favorite things is working with people who are like-minded. Big go-getter. I love working with other people, and the community is just amazing. And I love meeting new people. So it's been like perfect. I really couldn't imagine any other way.
Excellent. And if you had to give them, how many appointments did you do when you're brand new? Because you work around another job. So if you could go back to your first weekend, how many appointments did you do in your first weekend around your other job?
I think I did 20. Yeah, around 20.
So around 20 around your first. So if you had to give them a piece of advice for them to go hard and do their 20 appointments between Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, what piece of advice would you give them to, get off to a good, fast start?
Definitely, while you're in a demo, call your manager to see if there's anything that you need help with. But do more demos. It's really fun. It really is fun. I would definitely say do as many demos as you can.
Have you bumped into people who own Cutco?
Yes.
What's the longest you've seen someone on Cutco for?
I want to say at least an hour 15 because it was just.
Oh, no. What? How long have they had it for? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Like, how many years?
my grandma. She's had her since she was 19 and she's now 72.
So she's at Cutco over 60 years.
Yep.
That's cool. So that's 60 years, and she still uses them?
Yes, to this day. Same set.
That's incredible. 60 years. Do you have a testimonial of her, by the way?
I don't, but I'm actually going to see her tomorrow, so I can definitely grab one.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely get one. I'd get a little video. So if you had to give them a tip, Michaela, to make the most out of training, what tip would you give them to make the most out of these next 2 days?
Definitely take a bunch of notes. They do come in handy. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. It's going to help you boost your business, and just ask as many questions. You're not annoying. If you have like 20 questions like I do, Jess and Amanda are more than willing to answer.
That's great. They are. And all of the staff here is here to support you. So, Michaela, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know you're working your other job. You have a lot of things going on preparing for the SC2 push. And for you to take some time out of your day to offer some tips to the training class, it's not like we give you a bonus to like come in and offer some support, but that's just the type of environment that we have. And that's the type of workplace that we have, some servant leaders like Michaela. Last question, Michaela, why did you join the Alliance? Well, why did you sign up to join this SC2 Alliance that we started?
So my biggest thing was definitely being pushed out of my comfort zone. I was not really a go-getter in the beginning. I was kind of just like sitting on the sidelines, but through this, I feel like I'm going to be that person I have always wanted to be. And just with the camaraderie and seeing everyone just ready to go, it's amazing. I love it, and I cannot wait.
Excellent. Well, we're excited to have you a part of it. It's going to be great. So thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it, Michaela. I also see Ella. Ella over here. Hey, Ella.
Hey.
So Ella, you sat in this training seminar a couple of weeks ago, and you did not get off to the fastest start your first weekend. In fact, you only sold about $700 in your first few days on the job, but still finished your fast start over 8,500. And now you're at, what are you at in sales right now?
16 something K.
So about 16,000 in sales. So after her first weekend, she was only at $700, and now she's at 16,000. When you sat in their chairs, Ella, a couple of weeks ago, did you think that you'd be at 16,000 in sales?
No, I originally, in my goals, we set like personal goals, and my goal for the entire summer was 20K when I first started. And I'm looking at that now, like I obviously bumped it up, but I'm looking at it now and I'm like, holy moly, like I'm already almost there and summer's not even over. So it's crazy how much you can do.
Yeah. And Ella, what do you enjoy most about working here? I know you've had past, experiences in your life. What do you enjoy most about working here?
So many things, but I think the flexible schedule really gets you to have accountability for yourself, and you're not going to be told like when you have to do demos. You're going to have to, push yourself, and it's a lot of like self-motivation, but then you also have your team with you. So, and also like the whole team thing, you're going to be surrounded by people who are motivated, and some people are going to be just as motivated as you, and you can use them to work with you. Some people, you're going to motivate them, and some people you're going to, look up to for coaching. And so I think that the whole team environment too helps a ton. I literally would not be doing as well as I've been doing if it wasn't for the team and just being in communication with staff and other workers.
How did you recover from going only selling $700 on your first 7 appointments to selling $8,000 in your next few days? How did you recover? What was the difference maker for you?
So advanced training, have a big weekend, I think your first weekend is important. I know you asked Michaela this, but your first weekend, make sure you're getting your demos in so that you can go into advanced training and get value from it, because once you've already practiced it a few times, it'll make more sense. But I think I had done demos and I was really able to kind of tweak them and figure out what I was doing wrong in advanced training. And then just the week after that, taking advantage of the opportunities that I was presented with to meet with Andrew Evans at SLTM and go to workshops and stuff like that, where there's not going to be anyone telling you you have to do these things, but they're all going to help you so much, because I had one workshop that I went to and they're all great, but one of them specifically, my first week, I was only selling like individual pieces, and I went to it and I literally was selling, I think I sold like 3 big sets that day. It was like a signature, and I think it was like a homemaker in the same day, something else. I was like, wow, like one workshop taught me that. So definitely take advantage of all those opportunities, because they're there to help you.
Yeah, we have workshops every day that are set up for you all to attend. So I know Ella said like SLDM and demos and these different words and acronyms, advanced training or AT1, or it's like, what the hell is all this? So just to kind of clarify for you, SLDM is a sales leadership development meeting. I would write that down. Sales leadership development meeting. If you, when you hit your first promotion, you can get invited to that meeting with Mr. Andrew Evans. It's going to be on Tuesday. It's going to be on Tuesday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And you got to be over your first promotion to get invited to that. But it's a great session to learn how to level up your business. Advanced training is with myself and the other executives, where we do a short advanced training session where we just give you like the goods. Basic training, we teach you how to dribble, how to take layups. Advanced training, we teach you how to take like 3-point shots and do like crossovers and stuff. The workshops are each day, each morning at 9:30 a.m. So at 9:30 a.m. on this Zoom. So, and we adjusted them back to 9:30 because we have our alliance. So 9:30 a.m. And they'll be on this Zoom, and you hop on every day. And we might even just do Monday through Friday, or we have to decide that. But as of right now, it's every day. Just hop on, and we'll give you some extra sort of coaching and workshopping. And then a demo is an appointment. We just call them demos, short for demonstration. It's a demonstration with a customer or an appointment with a customer. Ella, when you were brand new, and even to this day, like, where did you go to get your appointments?
My mom, just for Rex, my mom has a lot of great friends that were willing to help me. But I've been involved with sports, and if any involvement in any sort of like theater, sports, church, anything like that, people are going to be willing to help you out.
What do you say to them? You say, hey, I'm so-and-so's daughter. You need to do an appointment with me. I'm selling knives. Is that what you said to mom's friends? You're like, what do you say? What did you say to your friends to get their parents' numbers? And what do you say to your mom to help have her help you out? And what do you say?
I talk about the scholarship, like everyone has jobs, and, like that's more of a favor. But I think that them knowing that we're all working hard to obviously make money, but there's a scholarship involved that you can win. And I don't know if you guys have talked about that yet, but that's something that's motivating me. And so when other adults hear that, they're like, oh, wow, she's motivated. I do want to help her out. So that's something that'll help a lot.
So you just ask for the favor. What's the favor that you ask them for? A little bit of their what?
Time.
Just a little bit of their time, and they're willing to help you out?
Yeah.
Cool. And how do we know you're doing your appointments, Ella?
We track them. I report on them. And I talk to my coach. I communicate with her, call her during, after demos. Constant communication. That's the biggest thing with this job that I would say, like, I wouldn't be anywhere without communicating with Jess and with Mike and just people around me. But I think that that's the most important thing, because although, like, it is, you have to be accountable for yourself, and it's hard to always have accountability for yourself, and it's good to have people around you kind of, not pressuring you, but pushing you, motivating you. And like my first weekend, I know I had questions coming out of training, and everyone's going to, and I like what Michaela said about, like, ask your questions. They're here to help you. That's their job, and they want to help you. Like, they've all been so successful, and they just want everyone to like succeed just like they did. So definitely communication is the biggest thing for me.
Cool. Well, Ella, I can't thank you enough. Again, another servant leader, willing to help out, willing to step up, willing to give some tips to the new trainees. The training class, I need you to all understand that these individuals hopping on, they don't get a bonus to like give you tips or anything, like they don't make money to hop on. They're just team players. They want to help us. Why? Because like I just showed you, we're trying to break the all-time record that's been standing since 2009. 2009. It's been the same damn record. Isn't it time? Couldn't you agree it's time for that record to go down? Wouldn't you agree it's about time for that record to go down? And if there's a team that's going to hold that record, it's going to be the Game Changer team. So thank you, Ella, so much for hopping on and offering some tips. We'll do just a couple more. I'll share my quick keys to success, and then we'll take a short recess and a short break before we go into the demo. Riley, I see Riley on here, and let me spotlight Riley. Hi, Riley.
Hi.
Hey, Riley. So when did you start selling Cutco, Riley?
I started selling Cutco about 2 months ago.
2 months now. And what have you enjoyed most about selling Cutco in St. Pete?
Honestly, I'd have to say my favorite thing about this job is the amount of leadership and time management skills it taught me. I would say I'm definitely one of those people who's like, I'm never going to keep a planner, but like now my planner is literally something I have to use every day. It's so helpful for planning out your demos, knowing when you have to go to meetings, knowing about training, how much you've made for the week. It's just so helpful. And the fact that I'm actually managing a mini team for the St. Pete Game Changers is just such an amazing opportunity. I never thought that from working at a job I literally have, I haven't even really been here for 3 months yet, and I'm already an assistant manager intern, and that's just incredible to me.
Very cool. Very cool. And let me ask you, Riley, and by the way, you earned it. You earned it. You've been working hard. You've been here for 2 months, and you've been doing a great job supporting your St. Pete Game Changer team. Riley, if they wanted to get off to a solid start their first weekend, what advice would you give them this weekend to get off to a solid start?
Definitely my biggest motto is make more calls, do more demos. I know it can seem a little scary at first, just like calling people that you know, but trust me, the more calls you will make, the more demos you're going to do, and you're going to start seeing your results. The amount of effort that you put in on your first weekend and your fast start is going to dictate how you do in the future. So I honestly would recommend making as many calls, doing as many demos as possible. And if you have any questions, like other people were saying, like we have such an amazing group of people that are here to help you with anything that you need. You should never feel hesitant to reach out to one of us.
Very cool. Well, Riley, you've been doing an awesome job, and you also joined the Alliance, and you also have some vacation and some travel you're doing. What was your reason for signing up for the Alliance and working hard?
My reason for signing up for the Alliance was actually because of my participation in the SC1 Alliance, which was a contest that we did a little while back. I honestly just had so much fun working with the Alliance members. Everyone was so supportive of one another that I knew that, like, I know I have vacations during the SC2 push, but I just really wanted to keep on working with those people and push myself to do the best that I can do. So that's why I chose to compromise my schedule and still be a part of the SC2 Alliance.
And I'm curious, you said you were excited about advancing, and you advanced into this AMI, this assistant manager intern role. What is it about leadership that you're so excited about with our company that, and how does that align with your major outside of us?
So my major for college, I'm going to be going to UCF. My major is actually going to be environmental engineering. And my dad actually did that too, but now he's in a job in the business field. And he said that literally if you pick an engineering major in college, it's going to help you not only manage yourself, but manage other people. And I feel that Cutco, especially me being an assistant manager intern, that is definitely giving me those leadership and management skills that I'm going to need to utilize in my future. And that's just further advanced with being part of the Alliance. Very cool.
Environmental engineer. So you're going to be important. Everyone wants to be nice to Riley because our future depends on it. So cool, Riley. Well, thanks for hopping in. Another great servant leader. Thanks for hopping in and offering some wisdom. We appreciate that. And definitely enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Looks like I have Eric and Cassidy. So let me do a couple more of these intros. I'll finish up a couple keys to success, and then we'll go to a break here in just a little bit. So Eric, let me go ahead and introduce you, Eric. I see Eric Garcia here. So Eric, you started a couple months back around 2 other jobs, USF, working part-time. And now you just recently got promoted to be pretty much a full-time assistant manager while selling. And it's been really fun to watch you evolve into your role. Eric, what have you enjoyed? What was your reason for leaving 2 other jobs to do this more full-time? How did that unfold?
I would say the reason leaving my other two jobs just because of the opportunity here. At first, I was like, oh, I'm just selling knives, and it took me time to process it, but it finally did process of like, it's not about that. I saw a difference between when I started to where I am now and who I am as a person and who I surround myself with. I wouldn't say my old friend group was great, but this kind of friend group, like these people that work here now, I FaceTime them. I'm like, hey, and I just tell them about my day. Like, it's great. I love it. Super professional work and friend group. It's amazing. And I've seen myself develop because of this job, something that my other two jobs didn't offer. Even though I did get offer management positions there, like Chipotle and Target is where I worked, it's not something that would grow me as a person or anything crazy. This place has really taught me how to be professional. And like, I love doing my assistant manager stuff. I mean, I've grown so much. I love the work and I love working with Mike and Jessica and Amanda. It's a great environment just to like, it's like a playground where you can just play around and really just get to know yourself better.
And Eric, how does this selling knives align with what you want to do in the future? And how does management here, and what are some of your goals here, and how do they align with your future goals?
So some of my goals here are to basically, you guys run like your own little mini business, and I'm running my own little mini pod, like my own group of people. And what I want to do in the future is I'm actually studying chemistry at USF to have my own cosmetic company, so skincare and makeup, and I want to be able to have my own business. So I've been learning so many things about how dealing with clients, dealing with time management, and I do want to get into something that's called TLA, the Leadership Academy, which teaches everything that school doesn't teach about credit cards, stocks, interest rates, management, self-management, how to manage yourself, how to manage others. And all those skills are something that not like nowhere else you can learn those. Basically, like CEOs of companies are teaching these skills, which I really want to learn. So in the future, I can be ready and prepared to run my own business and just, be the best version of myself that we all want to be.
Very cool. Well, Eric, you're inspiring and helping a lot of other people in your peer group. So we appreciate you. And thanks for, again, I know how busy you are right now, chiming in and offering some tips to the training class. So if they wanted to make the most out of training, what advice would you give them, Eric?
I know people have said this already, but super high communication with your coach. That's what I did my first weekend and my whole first week. I would voice memo them. I would call them. I would give them every detail so they can help you. They're here to help you. Take the help. Don't be ignorant. Just call them and send voice memo so they can help you. It's a huge help that they are going to give you, and they will guide you in the right direction.
Cool. Well, thanks again for hopping on, and Eric will be supporting you if you're on the gold team, and we also have Cassidy. So Cassidy Sanborn is the assistant manager for the purple team. So Cass, you with us?
Yes, I am. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Cass. So Cassidy's over at USF. She's about to graduate, and Cassidy has all great passions that she wants to do in life, and one of the cool things is she's going to graduate, more in like the pre-med, like physical therapy, physical assistant, like that type of wheelhouse of what she's graduating with. But her ultimate goal is to create a space to inspire a specific demographic of people to help them fall in love with themselves and their body, and learning how to create a profitable business model on how to do that, which is really great. And I absolutely love that. Cassidy started with us in January and now is running as an assistant manager. She's going to make well over five figures this summer. In fact, she might have already done that. I don't even know what you've made so far this summer, but it's been really awesome to see you grow into your role. And she's positioning herself where next summer she could be running her own headquarters office. She could be running her own district or running her own branch as a manager post college, which is pretty awesome, and having a potential career opportunity with us for a few years post college graduation. So Cassidy, talk to us. When you were brand new, I know you got off to a real fast start your first weekend, right? You sold a lot of Cutco your first weekend.
Totally not.
So you got off to a slower start. I think you only had like $200 or $300 sold your first weekend, but then recovered and ended up selling like $3,000 or $4,000 for your fast start. And what are you at in sales right now?
Yeah, right now I'm teeter-tottering between $30,000 in career sales.
So right at about $30,000. So Cassidy, if anyone listening here wanted to go from $300 their first weekend to $30,000 in sales a couple of months later. What advice or tips could you give them?
My best advice is to hit the ground running. I thank myself every day that I took this opportunity and ran with it. Because if you go to a slow start, it's very hard to build that momentum. But I just remember when I first jumped in, I was like, you know what, I have to run with this, because I was working a terrible job as a server, and I was able to be so successful enough to quit my old job. And I dedicated a lot of my time to Cutco, and it's just become a chain reaction to where I didn't even know what advancement meant. And when I jumped into it, I fell in love with it, to inspire people. And that just made me have even more of a love for this company, because now I can start influencing others to become that successful as well. And then of course I do have a dream to become a DM so I can run my own district like you, Mike.
Very cool. Very cool. And Cass, how does management here line up with what you want to do in your future, with your passions, with the things that you want to do in your life? Like, why sell knives and why advance here?
Yeah, honestly, no other job was offering me anything. I want to become a physical therapist, and I did not have anything on my resume besides serving experience. No doctor's office was giving me the time of day, even just to be a receptionist. And I just wanted to build something for myself. And it turns out I have a huge passion for business now. So when I do become a physical therapist or whatever it may be, I can run my own practice because I know what it's like to get behind the scenes business experience.
Very cool. Well, Cassidy, you're going to help a lot of people inside Cutco and outside Cutco, but we're glad that you're here right now. And those of you that will be on the purple team, you'll get a chance to work with Cass and Jess. Those of you on the gold, you will work with Eric and Amanda. You'll know that tomorrow. You'll know what team you're on. So get ready to represent your team. And there's some healthy competition between those two teams in the office. It's pretty amazing to watch them go back and forth, which is always fun. So Cass, thanks for hopping on. Thanks for chiming in and offering some wisdom. So if you haven't noticed, kind of like what Mason said in his opening comments, I mean, we have a different culture here. It's a different environment. There are people that just really love what they do and they want to help you also succeed. So let me go ahead and wrap up my opening comments with a couple other keys to success. So we already said positive attitude and positive expectations. You can go ahead and jot these down too. And by the way, as you're hearing some light bulbs and hearing some takeaways, post those in your WhatsApp group. If you heard some things that any of these inspiring leaders on our Game Changer team shared, share some of the biggest takeaways or light bulb, or like, man, that was a good tip or piece of advice, or I needed to hear that helped me with confidence. You can feel free to post those up. So be a team player. That's help each other out. Servant leadership is one of those that we really build our organization on. So in the WhatsApp groups, we're always supportive. In the one-on-one chats, if you need extra help, we're here to support you. There's no sarcasm. There's no like making people feel weird or dumb. We help each other out. We're a team. Be responsible. We're going to give you some assignments. Those assignments are not for me. They're for you. I already did my homework 16 years ago. So those assignments are for you, not for me. They're very important, but they're very simple. Most of you probably already started doing your assignments, but make sure that you just organize your assignments and be responsible when you're doing them. I can't do your push-ups for you. There's a famous quote. I can't do your push-ups for you, right? So just whatever assignments we give you, just do them, because we're not going to ever waste your time. We want to train you for success. So one of those assignments is to brainstorm all the people you could do training appointments with. If we're going to pay you $15 to do an appointment, shit, call everyone. Reach out to everyone. $15, right? What's the minimum? The minimum from the interview, they have to be over 30 with the job, right? Like, find as many families that you possibly could. When my manager told me 16 summers ago that they're going to pay me $15 to sit down with like a soccer mom, I went through my 5 different basketball teams I played on, my 3 different tennis teams I played on. I was in National Honor Society, and I buried my face in that yearbook and just went through all these ideas of people. And then I sat on AOL Instant Messenger. I'm dating myself here. I sat on AOL Instant Messenger waiting for these kids to hop on so I can message them to get their mom's number. MySpace was in the up and up. There was no Facebook. I had dial-up internet. My best friend had a beeper. That's kind of one of those like, when I was your age, I had to go uphill in the snow. You don't even know what it was, right? So I don't want to make it feel like that, but you guys have it easy. We're going to teach you exactly how to do that during training. So don't you worry. I know some of you might have come into training with like only a handful of ideas of people, but we're going to do an exercise in training today to take those few ideas to many ideas. And then tomorrow in training, we're going to teach you how to get recommendations from those people and build your recommendation base from there, also incorporating social media. We're going to show you how to turn a few into many and how to turn many into a lot. So really get ready for that. As far as a few other keys to success. So be responsible. Next, be a professional. You heard everyone say the same thing, high communication, high communication. Every one of you have a private one-on-one coaching group. That coaching group, you want to communicate in that constantly. Every question you have, ask in that group. Now, we're not going to get back to you like right away, but we're going to get back to you pretty fast, right? Voice memos are great. Text message in that group is great. Constant communication. We cannot chase after you. You know, like there's so many of you and one of me. So we want to make sure that you have high communication, but we use WhatsApp for everything. So you got to make sure you have your notifications turned on and be on WhatsApp because we use that for everything. Same thing with show up prepared. Make sure you have your laptop charged, have a phone charger, making sure that you show up prepared with your energy. If you know that you're going to be sitting in training, like have water next to you, have a snack next to you, like be engaged, be prepared for your presentations. Don't get in an argument with someone right before you hop on a Zoom. Just like if we were running this, if I run this training if there were 60 people, I would rent out a conference center at a hotel in Tampa, and that's where we would be running this training from. So you probably wouldn't be lounging on the couch if, we were at a convention center or a conference hall, right? You probably wouldn't be grabbing a sandwich in the middle of training, you probably wouldn't be answering phone calls in the middle of training. So just be prepared, Tell everyone listen, I'm not available right now. I could see all of you on my screen. I constantly go back and forth. So I could see every one of you right now on my screen. I could see if your camera's not on. I could see when you just pop back on the screen. Thanks, Elisabella. I appreciate that, right? So I could see everything. I'm constantly going back and forth. Why? Because during training, we're eliminating people. I don't say that to scare you. I just say that I'm not wasting my time. If a school brings me in, I have 9 books, one of my first book I ever read right here. If a school brings me in to teach them on how to do the same things like USF, the Muma College Business, they'll pay me $1,000 an hour to teach you the same stuff I'm about to teach you today. I'm not wasting my time. So if someone doesn't give this training any type of attention and they're not caring about it, well, we don't have a spot for them. Maybe Burger King will hire them, right? We're the number 1 team in the country, right? So we want you to train with that type of intention. That's all. So just be prepared. Be prepared. We don't care about your results. We care about your efforts and your attitude. That's what we care about. Be a professional. Show up prepared. And the last one is know the power of your product. My key to success for you, know the power of your product. Cutco sells itself. We do not need to teach you much. You'll see. It is very simple. If you could read and smile, you could sell Cutco. If you could read and smile, you could sell Cutco. It is so damn simple. But I can't teach work habits, I can't teach that stuff, but I could teach you how to sell the product line. That's easy. I'll show you what I mean. If I was going to sell you a $3,000 tank of gas, you originally would say that's a ripoff because you're used to spending $30 a week on gas. So if I said, I'll give you a $3,000 tank of gas, that's a ripoff. There's not enough value. If I said that $30 tank of gas will last you for 2 years, well, then you might do some math and say, well, that's $1,500 a year. That's $3,000. That means the value equals the price. You're like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend the money up front. But if I said I have a $3,000 tank of gas that will last you for your entire life, well, you say, if I drive for another 40 years, that's $60,000. So the value is at $60,000. The price is only $3,000. So write this down in your notes. Price does not matter. Price does not matter. The only thing that matters is the value. Write this down. Value is what I get for when I spend. Value is what I get for when I spend. So your job is to build value. How do you build value? You give information. That's why you read. You give enthusiasm, which is why you smile. And then you do a presentation, which is why we show videos of the product line in action, demonstration. So demonstration builds value, information builds value, and enthusiasm builds value. Said differently, read and smile and play some videos. If you can read, smile, and play some videos, and you sit down with someone in our target market, you will kick absolute ass at this job. That's all your friends do. Jay was talking about Krista. That's all she does. That's all she does. Sit down with a bunch of people in our target market, smile and read, and you'll make $1,000 paychecks too. Right? I mean, this is not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. Your friends are kicking ass at this job. They're doing well. I've been doing this 16 years. I've trained 4,000 people on how to sell over $13 million in Cutco. I paid my way through college. I sold $330,000 worth of Cutco. I mean, this is easy. This is easy. That's how we're able to sell Cutco in every neighborhood, every race, ethnicity, background, creed, religion, gender. It does not matter. You follow the program, you will kick tail. And that's why my keys to success for you are very simple. Have a good attitude, be a team player, do your homework, be responsible, act like a professional so you can get paid like a professional, and know the power of your product. Because when I told my dad I was selling knives, he looked at me like, he called me an idiot. He's like, you don't know how to sell, you don't know how to cook. But when I told him, I have a product that you could buy once, you could use it every day, you never have to replace it, and it'll actually save you money. It just so happens to be knives. See, when I did my presentation with my parents, I opened up my mom's knife drawers, and she had 3 knife drawers in the kitchen and 2 blocks on the countertop. And I said, Mom, out of all these knives, how many do you use? She said, this one's my favorite. I said, Mom, that's the only reason it's your favorite is because that's the only one that works. So I said, Mom, when that one stops cutting, what do you do with it? Well, I go buy another one. So I looked at my dad. I said, Dad, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10. He said, Dad, if you don't buy Cutco today, that's fine. I'm paid $15 to show it to you. But if you don't buy Cutco, you're going to have to buy Mom new knives anyway. But if you just rip off the Band-Aid and invest in Cutco, you could buy it one time today. Mom could use it every day. She'll never have to replace it ever again. Over a lifetime, it'll save you money. And all the clutter and all the drawers in the counter, you could throw it all away or donate it to Goodwill. So I said, Dad, you could buy Cutco once. You could use it daily, never replace, saves money. So protect your buns. Protect your buns and get Cutco. No? Not even one? Not even one smirk? No one? Jalen got a little head. He like nodded. It was almost a smirk. Victoria got a little smile. I appreciate the courtesy smile. I'll tell you right now, that joke is good. That is a good freaking dad joke. Protect your buns and get Cutco. Buy once, use daily, never replace, saves money. I use that on every appointment. So that buns, and that's already in the training manual, but it's awesome. So all you got to do is know the power of your product. You're not selling Cutco. You are selling the concept, the idea, and you just want to have enthusiasm to say, listen, I'm paid to show this to you. But at the end of this appointment, I highly recommend you to get it. I'm here to tell you, this Cutco's not just the best knives in the world, it's the best consumer product in the world. And think about any consumer product that's out there. You got to replace them. Computer, cell phone, shoes, clothing, dishwasher, refrigerator. Any consumer product out there, a car. You got to replace them. With Cutco, you buy it one time, you use it every day, you never have to replace it. It's guaranteed forever and will save you money in a lifetime. It's weird. I know when I told my parents I was selling knives, it's freaking weird. When I told my friends I was selling knives, they used to tell me knife jokes like, hey, Mike, looking sharp today. Come on, Mike, just get to the point. Like, I used to hear that shit my whole life. And then when I showed my friends on my 6th week on the job, I made a $986 paycheck. I made a copy of that paycheck. I put one on the fridge like it was my favorite report card, taped one to my mom's steering wheel, my dad's steering wheel, and showed it to my friends. This nowadays it would be like you put it up on your Instagram. But we didn't have that shit now back in the day. That's what I did. And I said, cheers to the stupid knife job. My dad thought the knife job was silly. And then back in 2015, 2016 maybe, I took my dad on the dream vacation to Switzerland and Italy for a 17-day trip dropped like $7,000 on a vacation to take my dad to our dream vacation I told him I was going to do when I was a little kid. I don't think my dad hates the job now, right? So bottom line is, just go have fun. Just go have fun. Do you. You don't have to explain why you're doing this to everyone. You just have to know it for yourself. Go show the world's finest kitchen knives to people in our target market. We're going to pay you $15. If you just go sit down with 100 people during the next 10 weeks, that's 100 appointments. Good. I'm going to pay $1,500. Whether or not they buy, just go find 100 people in our target market you can show Cutco to. And know what's going to happen? By you following these simple keys to success I just talked about, you're going to sell so much Cutco, you don't even know what to do. And that's going to increase your confidence dramatically. And to wrap up my opening comments, that's why I have two main objectives for you. Number one, I want you to experience financial success. I want you to make big paychecks. If you follow us on Instagram at Bay Area Game Changers, you'll see some of these big paychecks, $600, $800, $1,500 paychecks. Look at the smile on these kids' faces. They're like, yeah, I love my job. The reason why they love their job is because they get paid to work. What they put in is what they get out. At their last jobs, they were paid for their time. And that sucks if you're a hard worker. How many of you ever had a job before where you'd put in more hours and more time and more effort than other people but paid the same? That sucks. I know Jay's over here nodding his head from Ocala. He's like, Krista's over here. She's like, shit. I made like $3,000. I couldn't have enough hours in a week to make $3,000 at my last job. But I'm paid for my performance at this job. What you put in is what you get out. I'll tell you right now, the kids that are on their cell phones during their job at like Walmart and like trying to do the minimum amount of work to try to get by and do the minimum just so they don't get fired, just do the minimum, those kids will not be here tomorrow. I just want to make sure that landed. This isn't a job for them. Those are the same kids that call us a scam. Those are the same kids that go on YouTube and make a video on how the job doesn't work. Those are the same kids that complain about you fill in the blank. And that's okay. That's okay. We just don't need to work with them. Maybe someone else will. But here's what I will tell you. What you put in is what you get out here. Our overachievers love that. Athletes love that. Musicians love that. High academic achievers love it. Can you imagine if you're an intelligent kid and a high academic achiever and you work your ass off for an A and then the teacher gives everyone else the same grade as you and you pulled the all-nighter? That sucks. Right? So we firmly believe that what you put in is what you get out. And we want to raise you that way. We want to teach you that way. And that's the business arena, and that's what's exciting. The more appointments you do, the more money you make. Simple. And that's fun. That is so fun. So as far, I'll review the pay here after our break, but bottom line is we pay you guaranteed $15 just to do a fun presentation with someone in our target market. Our target market are like families over 30. We call them moms, like a mom over 30. That doesn't mean dads don't buy Cutco. It's just moms are your target market. Just like if you're selling makeup, right? So it's like, that's who our target market is. They're moms over 30, they're married, they have kids, they have a job. That's it. The more people like that you show Cutco to, the better. Ready? Let me prove this point. Okay, let me prove this point. Ready? Jay, I'm going to come back to you just because you already made a name for yourself here. All right. So Jay, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Jay, how old are your parents, if you don't mind me asking? How old are your parents? Do you know?
My mom is 32. I don't know my dad.
Cool. So they're over 30, right? So your mom's over 30? Cool. Mom's over 30. How old do you think your friends' parents are? Do you think they're also over 30?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they're probably over 32. So your friends' parents are over 30 and your mom's friends are over 30. How many friends do you think your mom has in her cell phone and all of her social media platforms combined?
A ton. All of her coworkers and church friends and baseball friends. And
so what do you think? How many moms do you think your mom has on her social media? How many friends do you think she has? Like 100?
Maybe, yeah, at least.
So at least over 100. How many friends do you have or followers on your Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok from people in your network? How many do you have? Combined.
My Instagram has like, combined. Well,
Yeah.
like some of them are the same people, so I'd say maybe about 300, 400.
So you got a couple hundred. So if you're sitting over here, Jay, with 300-400 of people, of friends that have a mom that's in your target market, and your mom is sitting on a couple hundred friends in her age group that's in her target market, you literally have like 500 to 1,000 prospects of ideas of people that are literally one copy and paste message away from asking them for a favor. Jay, what's the favor that we ask for? A little bit of their what?
Time.
A little bit of their time. Hey, can I reach out to your mom and see if she'll give me a little bit of her time so I could do a scholarship presentation for my new job because they have a scholarship program to help you pay for college? Hey, mom's friends, do you think I could do a quick appointment with you and borrow a little bit of your time so I could do a presentation for you for my new job that helps me save money for college? Jay, do you know what the average mom in your family, in your parents' age group, do you know what they think about your age group? Do you know what the stereotype is?
Lazy.
Yeah, that you're lazy, that you don't have ambition, that you want things handed to you, right? Those are the stereotypes. You're just video game nerds that just hang out all day, hang out on your social media, don't really have any aspirations or drive, right? That's what they think of you. So when you are reaching out to these moms or the people in your target market and saying, I want to pay for my own education, I don't want to rely on my mom for anything, I want to do it on my own, I want to develop self-confidence. What do you think? How do you think they view you?
They're going to like that initiative. They're going to want to help you because they know you want to go somewhere with your life.
They're going to want to help you, brother. I agree 100%, Jay, 100%. And that's all your friend Krista does. Krista is really good at just asking some people for favors, asking friends for parents' numbers, asking mom for her friends' numbers. And then when she does her appointments, asking them, hey, could you introduce me to more people? It's not more complicated than that. Between referrals, between social media, between asking for favors, you will have so many appointments that you can do that you are not going to have enough time in your schedule. But here's what's fun. Here's what's really fun. Right now, many people are practicing social distancing here in Florida. So that means everyone is home. Appointment takes maybe an hour. Call it 90 minutes if you talk a lot. Maybe 45 minutes if you get right to the point. So you're talking like 45 minutes to 90 minutes, somewhere in that range. You're literally sitting in front of your computer. You could do like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these in a day. Are you understanding? What? That's so incredible. And we're going to pay you every single time. Why? Because the more appointments you do, the more people get to see Cutco, the more money you're going to make on that incentive side of the scale. And we're going to teach you how to do that during training. This incentive side of the pay, man, it gets exciting. And we're going to teach you that here in a little bit after our first break. I'm going to review pay in full detail. And in the process of doing all these appointments, I want you to think about the experience that you're getting because that's number one focus for us. We want you to make a lot of money, but I want you to get meaningful work experience. We are the number one company for college students in North America, not because I said so, but because we provide a playground for young people to get good at life, to develop self-confidence, develop communication skills, to develop the ability to work with someone who's 2 to 3 times your age, right? So when DECA, a prestigious marketing club across the United States, rated us as the number one partner of the year to provide their students experience, that says something. That means something. That means something to us. USA Today, not for students, for everyone, rated the best companies in America to work for. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 was Apple, Google, Facebook, Bain & Company. Big ass companies. Number 13 was Microsoft, number 14 was Delta, number 18 was Trader Joe's, and number 12 was Vector Marketing by USA Today. So when Bailey's done working with Cutco and she goes in for future job interviews and they say, Bailey, what did you do during the pandemic? What did you do during the COVID-19 crisis? She's going to say, I worked with the number 12 best company in America with Vector Marketing, according to USA Today, developing my communication skills, my self-confidence, and working directly with people 2 to 3 times my age, setting up professional appointments, all from my computer, showing that I have initiative, showing I know how to be a self-starter, showing that I'm referable and people like me, and demonstrating my work ethic. That's why Business Insider said successful people credit Cutco. The company that recruits college kids to sell knives would teach them business lessons that last for life. That's why they interviewed President Barack Obama's campaign manager, and he said if it wasn't for selling Cutco, we would have lost the election. People like David Plouffe, who is the CEO and the founder, Travis Kalanick, the CEO, founder of Uber, who said he sold Cutco as a college kid. Daniel Tosh from Tosh.0 sold Cutco as a college kid. You can find any of these on Google too. 2019 Best Company for Culture, Best Company for Work-Life Balance, 2019 Best Company Happiness, Best CEO 2019, Best Company for Women 2019, Best Company for Diversity 2019. The list goes on and on, ladies and gentlemen. People went through this training seminar. As many of them are best-selling authors. In our corporate headquarters, we have a section of our Wall of Fame with vector-trained authors. 1.5 to 2 dozen best-selling authors who went through this Cutco training. People like Hal Elrod. He has a community on Facebook of over 250,000 people around the world. He has 1 million copies of his book sold worldwide. Look at this one, On the Brink with Norman Brinker. If you don't know Norman Brinker, you've probably eaten at one of his restaurants. Chili's, Macaroni Grill, Burger King. You know, he founded all these restaurants. Guess what he did in his book? He says, I sold Cutco when I was a college kid. Best job I could have done. Right? Money Honey, Rachel Richards. She retired at 27 years old because she created passive income of over $10,000 a month where she could retire at 27, learning the principles of finance. And she was able to learn that through the Leadership Academy and with her finance degree in college, through Cutco through college. People like John Rulin, who gets paid $30,000 a speech to talk about to business executives on how to use corporate gifting. He's at $10 million in Cutco sales. And John Vroman, the #1 college speaker across the United States, started the Front Row Foundation, who helps underprivileged kids or people with terminal illnesses get front row seats at a concert or a sporting event and then backstage passes, and started that foundation. Unbelievable people that did Cutco through college, paid their way through school, got into the Leadership Academy, and advanced with our great company. The Leadership Academy teaches students time management and money management and energy management, management of others, and management of self. It's an 8-month program that starts in September. And we train our people for 1 hour a week on these topics and once a month for 8 months. And once they're done, they could apply for a scholarship to open up their own branch office and implement their skills and get up to a $10,000 scholarship, which is what Audrey, Lindsay, and Mason qualified for, and Amanda Swanson twice. It is incredible. So that way, when they graduate from college, they graduate as a 5-star college graduate. So that way, like a high school graduate, they have all the colleges come after them if they're an athlete. A 5-star college graduate, all these companies are coming after our students, wanting to work with them so they have options post-college graduation. The money you make here is great, but the options you create for yourself in the future is even more exciting. So I know many of you just wanted to make a little extra cash and have a part-time job this summer. The objective of my opening comments here is to help you see that there's more to the opportunity than just a paycheck. There's more to the opportunity than just the $15 that you were excited about originally. There's more to the opportunity than just selling knives. Although we want you to sell a lot of knives, but that's a byproduct of providing great customer service to you and great customer service to your potential clients. So we want to help you graduate with options as a 5-star college graduate. So to wrap up my opening comments, I have a formula to success for you. It's very simple. I would write this down. Number 1 is your first 5 appointments are not for practice, they are for confidence. They are for confidence. We want you to get confidence from your first round of appointments. So you want to pick out your best 5 people, your best 5. First one might be your mom and dad. Now, if your mom and dad are a little skeptic on the job like my parents were, might not be your best 5. But if your parents are like, of course I'll get something, of course I'll sit down with you. Absolutely. Cool. So use your best judgment. Grandma, if your grandma is like, the one that's giving you $100 for Christmas and sending you to Disney World for graduation, great. If your grandma's in a nursing facility, probably not the best idea. Use your best judgment. Your best friend's mom or your girlfriend or boyfriend's mom. That's your BFF's mom. That was my number 1. I swam in their pool. I dinner over their house. We did family vacations together. That was my number 1. Bought a set of Cutco, already owned a set of Cutco and upgraded. Mom's BFF. That would be like the person that your mom hangs out with, right? That would be like if she ever does lunch with this woman, or this would be like this family babysat you when mom ran errands, or she babysat their kids so their mom can run errands, like the neighborhood mom. And then there's the cool aunt. The cool aunt is the one that, is not the disciplinary when your mom's not around. It's like the cool one, right? The one that like bought all the candy bars from you when you're selling them for sports, or like Girl Scout cookies or something like that, right? Something along those lines. So the cool aunt that doesn't give you a hard time for being a video game nerd, right? I used to play Resident Evil and Call of Duty growing up. So, my cool aunt would be like, oh, she would like sit on the couch next to me. It's like she would pretend to have interest in my video game. I knew she didn't care less, but that was the cool aunt, right? So whatever the case might be. By the way, don't sleep on gamers. Gamers are great at selling Cutco because they understand commitment. They understand dedication. If someone tried to shut off my video game when I was playing it, oh, baby, I was committed to that. Right, Melanie? Melanie knows what's up, right? So they show commitment. They understand strategy. They understand dedication. I love me some gamers. They kick butt at the job. So see your best 5 first. Your best 5 are not for practice. They're for confidence. Your first 5 are for confidence. You want to see your best 5 people first. So tomorrow night when you leave training, we get done at 5:30. 6 o'clock, you make that first appointment. I would make 6 o'clock, 7:30, 9 o'clock. Boom, boom, boom. 3 of your best 5. 3 of your best 5. Not your easiest 5, your best 5. The ones that you're like, all right, I know that even if they don't cook at all, I know they'll buy something from me. I don't care. I don't know if it's an ice cream scoop. I don't know if it's a full set, but I know that they're going to love a product that they can buy once, use every day, never have to replace, and it'll save them money in the lifetime. They'll get something from me, right? Just to build that confidence, to build that momentum. That's important, because those best 5, who do those people know? They know another best 5. So after those best 5, you now have a best 25. And from those best 25, you now have a best 125. And it just builds and snowballs, right? So we want to work smart. So that's my first key. Formula of success. Next is read, smile, call. Read, smile, call. Read the script. We're going to give you the script. You just read that sucker. You don't have to make anything up. Just read it. Smile when you do, and call your coach for a deal. Call your coach for a deal. At the end of the appointment, you're going to say, so what do you think? Do you want to get the set today? And they're going to say, yeah, I'll take it. And then we'll give them a really good deal. If they say, I'm not sure, it's like, cool, no sweat. We'll still give them a friends and family discount or show them a smaller option. We will hook them up. We will hook them up. And lastly is the 10 by 10 by 10. 10 appointments between Saturday, Sunday, Monday, your first 3 days. 10 appointments between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then 10 appointments between Saturday, Sunday, Monday, your last 3 days. You break up your fast start to do 30 appointments, 10 by 10 by 10. You start off with your best 5 first, and you read, smile, and call. You will position yourself to have a 10K fast start. And a 10K fast start is where you get over $10,000 in sales in your first 10 days. Now you might say, Mike, really? Yeah, really. An average sale is only $300 to $400, so it's about 3 to 4 sales a day. Call it 3 sales a day. If you do 30 appointments, you're in position where you could have a 10K fast start. And by having a 10K fast start, you earn $2,000 in income, just like Krista. You get $2,000 in free Cutco. You're at 30% for life. You get on the regional newsletter where everyone knows your name. You get an invitation to interview for the Leadership Academy. You get on Andrew Evans' radar to open up doors for your future. You can position yourself to qualify for an all-inclusive trip to a tropical location. We get a VIP night to celebrate your success, and you'll have an immense amount of confidence, because once you've done something once, you know you can do it again. So I'm super excited, and I'm honored to have all of you a part of our Game Changers organization. And I'm excited to teach you and train you and develop you into the future leaders of our team. You're going to learn a ton working with us. So go ahead, before we take our break, post your biggest light bulbs into your WhatsApp groups, your biggest takeaways, anything you heard to give you confidence. If you have questions, post them to your one-on-one coaching chat on WhatsApp. If you have light bulbs, post them in the group chat. And I want to leave you with this for my opening comments. This is me 16 summers ago with my big fro. I actually had cornrows 2 weeks before my training. And if this guy can sell Cutco and this guy can do the job, I know you can too. So let's have an outstanding training, and let's kick some tail together. So we're going to reconvene. I have one homework assignment for you during this break. We're going to reconvene at 1:20. You're going to download Q. This is how we keep track of your demos. So this is how we know you're doing your appointments. You're going to download Q. You're going to click Rep Sign Up. Then you're going to find your manager. And your manager, if you're searching for me, Mike Abramowitz, you're going to click Tampa, not Tampa PR. If you're a part of St. Pete, you'll search Mason Linker, Spring Hill, Lindsay Holstrom, Ocala, Audrey Cruz. During this break, you're going to verify your email address, join the WhatsApp group if you haven't, download your Q, and make sure you complete that Better to Know You sheet. We'll see you back here at 1:20, and we're going to review pay at 1:20, so you don't want to miss that. We'll see you at 1:20. Get ready to rock and roll. We'll see you here soon.
I want to know who my representing it here tonight.
I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. When me call up on no and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. Hey, hey, switch my whip, came back in black, I'm starting saying rest in peace to Bon Scott. Hey, close that door, we blowing smoke, she asked me light a fire like I'm awesome. Hey, act a fool on stage, probably leave my show in a cop car. Hey, it was legendary through a TV out the window of the montage. On the table, liquor porn, don't give a damn. Don't your girlfriend is a groupie, she just tryna get in. Saying I'm with the band. Ay, ay, now she acting out of pocket, tryna grab up on my pants. On it, in my trailer, said they ain't got a man. And they all brought a friend. Yeah, ay. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. When me call up on no and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. I've been in the hills, superstars, feeling like a pop star. Drinking Henny bad, jumping in the pool and I ain't got on no bra. Hit her front or back, pulling on the tracks and now she screaming out no more. They like Savage, why you got a 12-car garage and you only got 6 cars? I ain't with the cake and how you kiss that. Your wifey say I'm looking like a whole snap. Green honeys in my safe, I got old racks. LA always asking where the get. Living like a rock star, smash out on a cop car, sweeter than a Pop-Tart. You know you are not hard, I done made the hot chart. Remember I used to chop hard, living like a rock star, I'm living like a rock star. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. When me call up on no and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. Rockstar. Just like a rockstar.
Take it, hold it, pass it down. Pat it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Pat it, lick it, pull it down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it get down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it get down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it get down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down. Lick it. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Pat it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Pat it, lick it, pull it down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it get down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it get down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it get down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it down, down. Lick it. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Pat it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Pat it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Pat it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Pat it,
Doesn't make sense now. Just got real, things are getting intense now. I hear you talking about we a lot, oh you speak French now. Giving me the sign, so I gotta take a hint now. I hit you up like hit it one time, I'm a piper. My mama called, see you on TV, sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I know I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like I had it, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 bags, yeah. But they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important, but all that mean nothing when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom, yeah, yeah. If you win it, would you light us to the sky? How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with it, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of baby, they could see it in my eyes. My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
I was patient, yeah. Oh, I was patient. Now I can scream that we made it. Now everywhere I go, they say congratulations. Young graduation. I pick up the rock and I ball, baby. I'm looking for someone to call, baby. But right now I got a situation. Never old Ben Franklin. Big rings, champagne. My life is like a ball game, but instead I'm in a trap though. Pot so big, call it Super Bowl. Super Bowl, caught up, get in the rolls. Top flow lifestyle, Huncho and Post. Malone, I got a play on my phone. You know what I'm on. Huncho Houdini is gone.
My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Call it how it is. Hendrix. I promise you, swear. On every bitty. Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, rep the set, gotta rep the set, chase a chick, never chase no mask on.
All right, welcome back. Woo! Money making season, baby. Money making season.